Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and today we're back with some Legends of Runeterra gameplay, bringing you dragons this time. This is the Satsend deck list that I recommended 2 days ago on my deck recommendation, where we get to play 2 Kadregrin. Now, the idea with this deck is pretty simple, right? You're playing really greedy. As you notice, the only dragons we have are Shyvana, Screeching Dragons, Eclipse Dragon, Kadregrin, and Aso. Because what I really want to go for is that I want to have multiple heralded dragons in the field, and then I want to be able to play this Eclipse Dragon and be able to cheat out either Kadregrin or Aurelion Soul on turn 7, 8, or 9, right? Earlier than they actually get played usually. And once you have all your dragons buffed up, or once you have a leveled up Aso, it becomes a lot easier to win because you can always just give them Overwhelm or just win through the Aso to just win the game. So that's the idea with this deck, and honestly, it performed pretty well for me in the video today and the games that I tried it, because a lot of decks in the current meta are not able to deal with this big static dragon unit. So let's jump ahead right to the games and see how they go. If you like today's content, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. Remember to stay to the end of the video. We do an in-depth mulligan and in-depth deck breakdown. Enjoy the games. In this matchup, we're going against Ekko. So it's going to be Ekko with PNC and Shurima. Kadregrin is too early. The Sunburst is not bad. I like the Sunburst, right? Because he actually, like, he can kill the Ekko through everything. I don't hate it. We don't have any dragons, right? So we don't have any dragons here. So the Herald and the Ruined Dragon Guard are not... Okay, well, we get a dragon there. That's pretty good. So I think we go Herald. I like playing Shyvana out, by the way, because that way we can start getting... So I like playing the Shyvana before we play the Dragon Guard. Get value from the Herald before she loses to like a... Mystic Shot. And he also lets me get the hit with the Shyvana, so that we can potentially start leveling her up, right? Cool. If the opponent goes ahead and plays the Ekko here, I will just Sunburst. This is telling me that it's a Secret Keeper deck. So the opponent will have to play Ekko here and have Sunburst. We don't have any other dragon to take advantage of the double Herald. If we had like Eclipse or even Kadregrin, this would be pretty darn good, this Herald of Dragons. Secret Keeper? Alright, so since it's a Secret Keeper and not an Ekko, I think I can go Dragon Guard. An opponent's not allowed to attack because they're just gonna give me a lot of value. Give me another dragon. I guess let's attack first. Let's just attack again here. Scrying Sense. We have Pale Cascade, right? So we could technically just Pale Cascade if we wanted to. And get the double Fury proc. Like if the opponent blocks here. Okay, well, I only need to do one single Pale Cascade now. I would love to have the draw. Let's have the draw. Let's have the draw. It's too good. It's too good to miss out on the draw. I just want to get a double Fury proc and make this Shyvana as strong as possible.
There is nothing like that.
No other dragons yet? Okay, so that's going to be the Ekko that we're going to silence, right? So we're going to silence that Ekko. The opponent could have Rider Negation, and that's where we're going to have the single combat as a backup. They could have gotten something else here, though. Because they do have 2 level up champions in their deck, so they could have gotten a leveled up champion instead with the Secret Keeper. It's kind of sad that we're not getting these dragons. I need to keep the... I cannot play anything because of the Daybreak effect. I need to have the Daybreak effect here. There's the Ekko. So if they have access to the Rider Negation, we can still follow with a single combat and kill this Ekko. But it will mean that we sacrifice Shyvana, which is a problem altogether. So let's say they have the Rider Negation. We single combat. Opponent still gets to... yeah, we single combat here. Right? And then we have to play the second Shyvana next turn. And opponent still gets access to the predict. So the opponent still gets access to the predict. But at least we get to kill Ekko, which is the champion that they drew with the Golden Ambassador. Kind of crazy that they're playing Golden Ambassador. So is your border your only PNC card?
This is my time.
Like, that's kind of crazy if that's the case. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the attack matters, right?
Come hither, you beasts of glory.
I don't think the attack really matters. This Shyvana gets leveled up this turn.
I am more than
And once we have a leveled up Shyvana, it's gonna be pretty nice. It just really sucks that we don't have our big dragons, right? Like, imagine if we had Azul here. Or the Eclipse Dragon. Like, how nice this would feel. Let's go second Dragon Guard.
Do they even remember?
I still think it's correct to keep my field.
break them.
I still think it's correct to keep my whole field. I don't think I want to attack with the Dragon Guards just yet. Yep, so the Shyvana levels up.
Witness my true power.
We have quite a bit of draw here. I guess I'm losing to the boys, right? The boys is a problem. I wish I had Aso. Or Dragon's Clutch also could be really good. Kadregrin, Dragon's Clutch. Okay, so the opponent's gonna get their champions. They're gonna have +2/+2. That's fine. I mean, I say that's fine. I mean, I could have saved it with the form up. I might regret not doing that. Yeah, maybe it was correct to go for the form up, right? And okay, well, I think opponent is messing up. I think opponent just messing up by doing this. We'll go here. Like, I'll even block this one because there's no reason not to. Getting this to become bigger and bigger is a mistake. When I can just have access to the strike, right? Why do we continue not getting our dragons? Or Dragon's Clutch? That's unfortunate. Opponent could have the rally here. Maybe that's why they attack with it. So they could have the rally here and then get all those units back. That's why they didn't want to kill the Secret Keeper. But they do get the Golden Ambassador back, which is a problem. So they get the Golden Ambassador back, which gives them the champion. So maybe it was correct not to kill the Golden Ambassador if we played around the rally. So if we played around the rally, it was correct not to let the Golden Ambassador die. This is the rally. We're still in a good spot. Because if the opponent attacks with everything here, I'm chilling. Yeah, opponent gets the Golden Ambassador. So gets another champion. And the champion's gonna be a problem. Yeah, you don't want to attack with the Voice of the Risen anymore? That's cool. We'll go here. Let's go... I guess we'll go here. We'll go here, we'll go here. We still get the double hit. Because I want to get the double... I want to get the Fury procs, right? I want to get the Fury procs from this. So I don't want to sacrifice this one. It does mean that we don't get to kill this guy though, and that kind of sucks. So unless we Pale Cascade now. Why did we just Pale Cascade now instead? So we Pale Cascade and do it like this. The lack of dragons is so frustrating. But this Shyvana is such a big threat that the opponent's gonna have a really... Like if we had Aso here, or Dragon's Clutch, we literally just win on the spot. The downside with Kadregrin here is that we don't get access to the Screeching Dragon. There's one problem with Kadregrin here. We're 1 mana short. We're 1 mana short from Screeching Dragon. We do get the strike, right? We do get the strike. So we can always kill this girl if we want to. Is that correct? I don't think so. I think we just keep the strike in our hand. Because the strike is so good at killing their champion that they're gonna get here. Unless they have Echo again into another rally, it should be okay. And we just let this strike go. The strike is too much of a threat against their champions. Opponent has one champion in their hand that we haven't seen. Where is my Ace-O? No elusive? That's great. Oh, that's beautiful. I think it's correct to actually draw. So I think it's actually correct to draw because it's a good chance here that we have Ace-O. And there it is. And then Ace-O just wins us the game on the spot. Sure, we didn't get the 10 cost spell, so we just go here, yeah. Ace-O just wins us the game on the spot. Okay. If opponent has the rally, this is a problem, but I think we have enough blockers that I'm okay with this. So let's say that the opponent has the rally. If the opponent has the rally, we need to block in such a way that we're still okay for the swing back. So if the opponent has the swing back, opponent's gonna have 6 attackers. We only have 5 blockers. So we have to, like, the problem is that the opponent's gonna have too many attackers. If they have the rally exactly, they're gonna have too many attackers for what we want to do. This kind of sucks. I'm not able to stop this, I don't think. I don't think I can beat the rally. Can I beat the rally? Can I beat this rally without losing my Ace-O? I don't think so.
Ashes and stardust.
Yeah, I don't think I can. I don't think I beat the rally. If the opponent has the rally, they have it. So maybe the correct play was not to kill the... if I didn't block the Echo, I think I would have been better off, right? The correct play was to block the Echo with something else that was an Ace-O. Yeah, they have the rally anyways. Because they get the +1/+1 here. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not, right? Oh, they have a challenge. Okay, so we lose the Ace-O, but all we need is this elusive, right?
Remember this day.
We lose because of the Sand Soldiers. Yeah, we don't beat the rally. We lose because of the Sand Soldiers, no matter what. Because the opponent gets another Sand Soldier here. They have the wrong order. If they attack like this, they actually lose. They need to put this at the end. They need to put this at the end. If they attack like this, we actually okay. They need to put this at the end. I think we're okay. All right. We live at 1. So we live at 1. We can even keep the Shyvana alive. Not that it matters, but it's fine. You have the Mystic. We can keep Shyvana alive. The problem is gonna be the Great Beyond. The Great Beyond is not enough to actually win us the game. But opponent's down to just a single card. The Great Beyond is not enough to win us the game, though. Because the Great Beyond will only go up to 12. So I guess I needed to actually keep the form up. I needed to keep the form up. Because, no, because then I don't have the strike, right? Because I was thinking if I have the form up plus the strike from the Grey Beyond, I actually get there. Do we ever go Eclipse so that we can get the Screeching Dragon? Again, this is only 12. So it's never enough. If we go Eclipse, we can technically get the Screeching Dragon for free.
We live in hallowed time.
Right? This is gonna go +2/+2. Yeah, we go Screeching Dragon. Opponent has already used double rally. Unless they get the third rally, I'm feeling pretty confident here. Unless they get the third rally, I'm feeling pretty good here. We pull the Echo. Opponent's gonna be blocking the Shyvana and has to... The Shyvana stays alive if they block with the Ambassador. Nightfall? Okay. So... do you have it? Does he get the third rally? Do we think that they're gonna get the third rally? There's no point attacking with Shyvana when it's just gonna get eaten by the Diana. If they get the third rally, they get there. Quicksand? Okay, Quicksand also works, right? Let's then get the thing for free, and they get another Echo next turn. I mean, they get to attack with Echo again. All they need to have is one more unit. If they have a set of another, if they have 2 units, or if they can play a unit right here and we don't get a single combat, they just win.
All coming back to me now.
I think obviously our mistake was last turn, right? The way that we blocked, there probably was a better way for us to block and be okay.
Some will assail.
Yeah, if they have another unit, they win. What are the odds of us joining something here that can help us? There's a good chance they have another unit. I think we have to just Guiding Touch. We have to go Guiding Touch and hope that we get something better. This is not it. If the opponent literally has nothing else here, we're fine.
Raise those banners.
There's no way, right? Like, do you have the third rally? There's no way that this is it. There's no way. There's no way, right? Like, do you really don't have anything else? You will lose to the Grey Beyond next turn. What is in your hand? You have to have the third rally, right? This makes no sense. You have to have the third rally here. Why not play? I guess the Guiding Touch meant that I don't lose to that, right? The Guiding Touch actually does mean that I don't lose to that. That's fair. So okay, so the Guiding Touch means that I wouldn't have lost to that. So this is it. We can even single combat if the opponent has an elusive blocker. So even if the opponent has an elusive blocker, we can still single combat. Get rid of the blocker, and we actually got the single like we have everything we need here, right? Spell Shield, elusive, and that's the game. Okay, opponent messed up twice, right? Well, opponent really only messed up once. What a ridiculous game that we didn't get Aesol or the Kadregrin until so late. The one mess up the opponent had was that one turn where they didn't put the Voice of the Resistance all the way to the end. I had a couple of mess ups in that game, right? I mean, I think if we had to play around the second rally, when that time that we block, we could have potentially blocked in a way that we could have blocked in a better way to give ourselves more HP. The other thing was that one turn where I blocked the Golden Ambassador instead of blocking the Secret Keeper, It was probably better to block the Secret Keeper, because if they had the rally, giving them another champion with Golden Ambassador is worse than having them add 2 champions into the bottom of their deck. So there's a couple of misplays that I did myself, but we actually got there on a freaking 18-minute game, so GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Sundisk. What have I created? Is someone gonna hit me with the own deck that I was playing? I can't believe this. The Screeching Dragon is amazing, and so is the single combat. And the Sunburst is so good because it can still silence the Nasus, right? But do I need this Sunburst right now? Probably not, right? In fact, we probably want to just go for Shyvana. This silence is really good, right? We can hit it on the they have an eclipse. Now we just need the second part of the eclipse. We can do this on the 3-drop, right? We have single combat. Okay. So the Silent Suppress is not bad against the 3-drop. We get Shyvana. Yeah, so we'll go here. Run Dragon Guard first, just so that we're not losing a lot of value. We'll go ahead and silence and suppress this. It makes it harder, right? It forces them to actually have to level up one of their champions, because they can't rely on the Rockbear Shepherd to actually get them there. We can go Shyvana, and we have the Eclipse into the Aesol, which is great. We don't have the Kadregrin, but this is still pretty darn good. Wow. Well, I guess I can still just go, right? I mean, it's gonna get +1, so that's alright. And we always have Guiding Touch. We're gonna pretty much be healed up, right? And we got the Double Fury, and then we have the Guiding Touch. Opponent decides that they don't want to give me the Double Fury. Do we want a single combat now? Probably, right? Opponent could, you know what? If they have it, if they have access to the strike, I've been okay with this. Okay, perfect. I wanted to take advantage of the fact that I had the buff from her attacking before I actually, you know, did anything. Because here we can just go for the Guiding Touch, right? Next time we can give her... Okay, so Guiding Touch still gets me there. Guiding Touch still gets me there, unless the opponent has the Ruthless Predator. So again, I was concerned about the Ruthless Predator, but this seems that the opponent doesn't have it. So, okay. So I think I'm chilling, right? I mean, we just go second Shyvana, and we're okay. Because the opponent's gonna rely on their hibernating Rockbear to actually kill me, but if I can go second, we get the Kadregrin. If I go second Shyvana here, and just pull this Rockbear Shepherd, for example, and the reason I want to pull the Rockbear Shepherd is because I want to get this Shyvana as healthy as possible before we do anything else. So Shyvana is not leveled up, that means we're gonna get that single combat every turn.
There are none like me.
Opponent also hasn't really traded for anything. Yeah, this kind of sucks, right? So this is what I'm talking about. That kind of sucks. I'm gonna actually go ahead and Pill Cascade now. It's a pseudo heal anyways, so I think I'm fine with that.
They will burn like we did.
Can the opponent level up Renekton? Technically they can, right? They can pull here, and if they have a strike, they actually level up Renekton. This is not bad. This could give me +1/+1, but I think I just want to Aesol. If the opponent lets me, I'm just gonna Aesol next turn. I'm kind of scared of the Renekton, but I think if I just Aesol, I should be okay. We could also Kadregrin. How does Kadregrin sound instead? Wait, Kadregrin, and then we have the Overwhelm? Wait a second. We can Kadregrin here. Everything gets +4/+4. We have the Overwhelm and a +1/+1. And we have triple dragons, and this has challengers, so we can challenge the cheapest blocker, which I guess I can just challenge the Renekton, to be honest. Wait a second. Wait just a second right here. This is lethal, right? This is just lethal. No, I do want to attack here, because I want the opponent to get baited into blocking this with the 5/5. I guess the opponent could have Quicksand. I want the opponent to block the 5/5 here. So then we just go here. Do you have the Quicksand? That's a big buff. +4/+4 is pretty good. Alright, they have the Quicksand. Alright, so they have the Quicksand. We lose the Fury as well, which does kind of suck a little bit, but the opponent loses Runeterra. And we still have these big dragons that the opponent has to deal with. And these dragons still have the Overwhelm for the next turn. So we can go second Eclipse. Yeah, I think I put, like, honestly, Kadregrin is pretty good. That +4/+4 combined with the Overwhelm, that's actually so nasty. Because it's dragons everywhere. So like as you saw, my Eclipse was going to come down as an 11/11. Opponent really doesn't have a way to deal with those stats. Wow. GG's. In this match, we got against Ramp 8 Aesol, I think. So the opponent's going to just try to get Aesol before we can do anything. If that's the case, I think I want to get like my Eclipse Dragon early on. Kadregrin is not bad. It's going to make my dragons probably big enough to compete with their Aesol. I'm guessing the opponent's just ramping, right? So I was looking for Shyvana. Eclipse Dragon really makes this deck, right? Because you want to have Eclipse Dragon so that you can play Eclipse Dragon on turn 7 and kind of go from there. I'm gonna play this because I just want to push damage early on. Alright, so I have to just try to push damage. Opponent's just gonna ramp. Yep, there we go. Like, all they're doing is just ramping. All they're doing is just ramping. I'm just gonna play units on curve. I'm not even gonna try to keep the mana for the single combat. This can get me the Eclipse Dragon. Oh, they're just gonna Sunburst? Really? I think I'm fine with that, right? I think I'm fine eating up that Sunburst right now. I think I'm okay with that. Question here is, let's play out the second. Let's play out the second one here. Impact, okay. I'm still fine with this. We can play second Shyvana here if we get her. Please Eclipse, place Eclipse, place Eclipse. Okay, so we get the Eclipse. So we can play Eclipse on the next turn. Opponent gets another ramp. So we get to play Eclipse on the next turn, and then go Kadregrin and try to have some value after that. We have access to single combat. That's not at... Okay, so the opponent doesn't... Like... Opponent's gonna have these big Feral Mystics next turn, right? Which is a little bit problematic. They tapped out of the second Celestial Impact. So they don't have a way to kill this guy. We can go Kadregrin and have access to single combat or form up, either way. I actually don't think Aesol is the correct play. I think I want to have access to single combat or form up here. So I think we start here first. See what the opponent does. Celestial Impact. Alright, so like I said, we knew they probably had a second one. Let's lap this down here. Let's lap this down here, this single combat. So that the opponent just blocks this with this. Oh, you're gonna use the freeze now? Wow, I don't think I agree with that. I don't think I agree with that. It's a lot of healing. I will give them that. They get a lot of healing out of it. I'm gonna attack with everything. If you're gonna take the 9, that's also cool with me. That tells me they're trying to keep these guys alive for the Aesol to come down. We play Screeching Dragon. We play Aesol on the turn after. And that should be fine. We can pull one of these guys. Okay, so there's the Aesol, as we expected. The form up means that we can actually go ahead and kill this. We're gonna go here just to delay them. The form up means that we can actually kill that Aesol. I think it's actually correct. So let's say that the opponent has a freeze here, right? For them to save Aesol, it has to be a freeze. Opponent still has 9 mana though, which is a problem. They have to commit something to level up this Aesol. Alright, do you have the last Celestial Impact? Do you have the last Celestial Impact? They do. Alright. They don't get to level up the Aesol either though, so I think we're still fine. So we're still okay-ish. Okay, as I say that, the opponent gets the Scourge. So the opponent gets the Scourge. We can go here. I hate using this Living Legends now, but I have no other choice, right? I don't think I have any other choice. We have to live in Legends. We could go Kadregrin. I mean, sorry, we can go Great Beyond. Or we can stun. This is gonna get all of the allies +2/+2, so he cannot kill the Great Beyond. He cannot kill the Great Beyond no matter what. So we can just go Great Beyond here, and this is gonna present lethal, because it's gonna be Spell Shield and Elusive, and opponent has no elusive attackers. If you attack with Aesol, I will block with my own Aesol. I don't die, by the way, because opponent has to pull Aesol to not lose their own Aesol. And that doesn't work. He doesn't get +2/+2 for himself. Yep, you have to pull my Aesol. And we just block the other units. And we're chilling. We level up our Aesol. Heck, we can go like this and we level up our Aesol, right? So this is gonna be exactly... Well, actually, we could have saved it for damage. So it didn't matter, but sure, let's just reduce this, I guess. And then we just attack with the elusive and we should be okay.
The constellations bow to me.
We attack with the elusive and we should be okay. I don't need to sacrifice my Aesol because opponent has to...
Now they'll pay attention.
Wow. I still have Spell Shield here. I think it's actually correct to go Destroyer. We go Destroyer, we go Eclipse, we get both a Dragon and another Celestial unit. How greedy is it to develop? I like the develop.
Sometimes you just need a galaxy.
I like the develop here. Because we got a pretty good Celestial, right? Doesn't matter to me. We go Eclipse. I'm gonna force him to have to block with Aesol regardless, right? Yep, and that's game. We got the Aesol level up before they did, and that's all we needed, so GG's. In this matchup, we're gonna against Samira Tristana, and this matchup is pretty bad for us, right? Because they just have so many units. They just have so many units, and we don't really have a lot of great blockers. Okay, I mean, okay, I say that, and we then get the Cosmic Youngling, right? So maybe Cosmic Youngling is enough. The problem is that we want to go more late game, and this deck can kill us before we can actually get to the late game state. Do we ever silence and suppress? Because they probably do play. They probably do play some equipment, right? They probably do play the Wandering Shepherd. Okay, so I'm kind of getting punished here if the opponent has an all-out. So if the opponent has an all-out, that's a problem. That's a great draw.
From all the regions we are.
I'm fine, right? I can even play this Herald now.
Shape the skies and mold the earth.
Because the opponent doesn't have enough mana for the flare.
Encouraging words.
I just block this because, I mean, this is going to get healed anyways back to 4. Then we Screeching Dragon and we're chilling. We Screeching Dragon now. And we can kill Samira or the Mayor. Do we ever kill Do we ever kill the mayor instead of Samira? Oh, just a pirouette. Okay, well, I guess we don't kill either of them. We don't get to kill either of them. Let's silence this. It stops the Alka from getting buffed. And he also is at 2-3, right? So now now we can actually block that. The Samira can pull this Herald unless the opponent lets me silence her. Do I even care about the Herald anymore? I think we just play Shyvana, to be honest. Yeah, I think we let the Herald die. I think the Cosmic Youngling is the most important part of our deck. I do probably need to deal with Samira eventually, though. So I probably do need to deal with the Samira at some point. Okay, sure. So the question is, do we Sunburst Samira now? I mean, we can still challenge her, right? So we can still challenge Samira, so I don't know that we actually go with the Sunburst. We can keep the Sunburst for Tristana. This is still gonna heal us up back to 20, and it's gonna... I guess opponent can have a group shot here. Opponent can have a group shot, technically, to kill this guy. Another Grandfather Fade. We probably don't actually kill that Owlcat anymore, right? Like, do we actually silence the second Grandfather Fade? I actually think I do, to be honest. I think I'm down to make their units not get buffed. Like, the fact that this is not getting buffed is pretty damn good for me.
They are nothing.
We'll go here. Kill Samira now. The opponent can do the flare, can potentially level her up. We still have the Sunburst. We have Dragon's Clutch. We are still a little bit... We still need one more attack to level up Shyvana. Yeah, so there you go. Opponent can level up Samira, but we have Sunburst for the second Samira. Oh, okay.
Just when you thought you
So they got tired of my Cosmic Youngling kind of winning me the game, huh? So they deny me the hit with the Shyvana. They level up their Samira. This can still block the Grandfather Fade if necessary, but the opponent's gonna get another challenge here. We can always keep this... Oh, and see, this is why I wanted the Silent and Suppress, right? Because I feel that the opponent is playing... Well, no, actually, they got that with the freaking Mayor. Never mind. Let's go here, and then let's go here. Let's start cheating out some big dragons. We can go Eclipse, right? We can go Eclipse, and then have Kadregrin on our next turn. Tristana? Alright, so never mind. We're just gonna Sunburst. So we're just gonna Sunburst the Tristana and call it a day. Boom. Before the opponent gets any more value. If the opponent tries to strike the Shyvana,
This mama is the beast mama.
I definitely want to play Kadregrin next turn then. To give everything +4/+4. If the opponent wants to challenge the Shyvana with the Combat Cook, we're gonna have to sacrifice the Screeching Dragon. I think this Shyvana is too important to keep on the field. Need to keep this Herald the Dragons. Right? So I need to keep the Herald the Dragons. Well, do I actually need Shyvana? Do I actually need this Shyvana? We have a second Shyvana and then we'll have Kadregrin. I think we just let this go. We play the second Shyvana, we play Kadregrin. This goes up to 10 sits. If opponent has a way to kill this, this is the only punish. Okay, so they do. They have a way to kill this, right? This was the only punish that I was concerned about. If they had a way to kill this, then it makes this a waste, not blocking with it. They ended up getting the thing, the Perilous Parry. Perilous Parry. There might be a world where we actually just go Eclipse instead. There might be a world where Eclipse is actually better than Kadregrin. Is there a world where Eclipse is better than Kadregrin? No, I kind of like the single combat. I kind of like the single combat here. I think we go Eclipse, right? I think we go Eclipse. Opponent obviously has a pretty good value here. We cannot attack with the Shyvana.
I should make a speech.
I guess we don't want to attack with Shyvana. I think we want to keep Shyvana in a healthy state and just have this. Let the opponent transfer the equipment. Next time we play Kadregrin for 6 mana less, and we have access to double single combat. Yeah, so I think the Eclipse is better because I don't think the Kadregrin... Like, the Kadregrin would have been better if we had another dragon, but we unfortunately don't, right? I don't care about the Grandfather Fade. I mean, at this point, your outcasts are not really doing a lot. We can always single combat this commando. And we have blockers for everything else. We finally have to let go of this guy. If the opponent plays another Tristana, we have Sunburst. Okay. So, let's see how we do this. We go here, we go here. I guess let's go in this one. If we single combat now, we're losing Shyvana for no reason. If we single combat anywhere else, if we go like this, Shyvana stays alive. And then we Kadregrin. And that's the game? Yeah, so Shyvana stays alive. We get rid of the Grandfather Fade. We Kadregrin. Everything gets +4/+4. Well, all the dragons. And we still have another single combat. And we have the free single combats from Shyvana to slowly whittle down their board. So a game of attrition there, but we actually were able to come back. So GG's. In this matchup, we're going up against Darkness. So Vengeance, Minimorph, kind of annoying. Not having a blocker for... Not having a blocker... Okay, I need to keep single combat, I think, actually. This whole hand is kind of tempting. Not having a blocker for... the Catalyzer on turn 2 is a problem, though. We do have this. We do have the Silent and Suppress. That's not bad. Silent and Suppress is not bad. Lets me deal with the Catalyzer. We don't have any dragons for the Herald to really come into play. And the single combat as well becomes a lot useless if we can't kill the Veigar. Again, we have the Silent and Suppress for the Catalyzer. That's okay. That solves my dragon problem. Let's let them have. We're gonna have them have this, right? So they can have Soul Harvest, Quietus. They have a lot of options here, right? So they spend the Soul Harvest here. Let's draw our dragons, I think. Again, we have the Silence and Suppress for the Catalyzer. Opponent doesn't have Catalyzer. That's cool. My concern here is that I don't have a way to kill Veigar. Unless I draw the... I don't have a way to kill Veigar here. Alright, that's not a Veigar. Woo! Alright, we're chilling. We're chilling. Oh, that's not a good one, though. Let's go Yonling. Maybe we bait out something else here. Let's go Herald again. Do you have the Quietus now? They have the Quietus. Okay, so they have the Quietus for the Conchologist. Alright, cool. That's my second Herald. The Eclipse is gonna just come down on turn 7 then. No question about it. Sure, I mean... Again, though, Veigar is a problem, huh? I guess we have to just drop the Ruined Dragon Guard. I think we dropped the Ruined Dragon Guard. I'm definitely not gonna play single combat. Because the single combat has to be for their champions. We'll go Screeching Dragon, have access to single combat if we need to. That's the third Herald, that's kind of funny. Alright. let's think about this. I don't need to attack right now, right? I don't think it's necessary for me to attack right now. We can Eclipse. If they have Ruination, I think I'm cool with that Ruination. I think I'm cool with that Ruination. I'm not gonna commit the single combat now because the opponent has access to Vengeance, right? So the opponent obviously has access to Vengeance. I am more concerned about the Ruination now, so I think I'm gonna attack like this first. Threaten the Veigar to begin with. Have them play their Vengeance, and then we can play Aesol. So if they play Vengeance, we have Aesol, right? If they Vengeance, that was like literally the best top deck, and I think opponent just realized that. If they Vengeance right here, and gives me the... Oh, that's a Catalyzer out of the way. If they give me the option to play this Aesol, because they need to have Darkness plus... They could still have Darkness plus Vengeance. So they still have Darkness plus Vengeance here, making this Aesol a problem. I still think we drop it. I think we bait that. We have to force him to have the Darkness plus the Vengeance. Yeah, I think we force him to have both. We force him to have both here. Destroyer is probably the best one, but I don't even like the Destroyer. This is not nothing here is really what I wanted. The Destroyer is the best one just because he has Spell Shield. The Scourge still loses to so many things. But I guess if we have the Scourge is probably the best one, even if we bait out another Vengeance, this is probably the best one. Yeah, so has to be Darkness. Oh, doesn't even use the Darkness, so it has to be Group Shot or yeah, Vengeance plus Pythos. Yep, there we go. As we expected. That's fine. We knew that was happening, right? We knew that was happening. We just needed to take it out of their hand right now. So we needed to take it out of their hand right now. I like the second Eclipse as it is for now. Because we can always Dragon's Clutch and potentially get the Kadregrin to buff my Dragons up, right? Okay. This is a little bit unfortunate. Because means that we're gonna lose this guy, right? Which I think has to be okay. I think we have to be okay losing him. Because that 1 mana Darkness is just too much. Alright, so then we just Dragon's Clutch and hopefully we get Kadregrin or another Aesol. Ruination is a problem. If the opponent has Ruination, I still have Shyvana, I guess. Let's go Eclipse. Let's get the resources here. Let's say that the opponent has a Ruination here. That's not a Ruination anymore. So we just play Shyvana. We just play Shyvana, right?
I am more than I seem.
Do we ever silence and suppress that draw? Do we ever silence and suppress that draw? Is what I'm thinking. Like, do I want them not to draw here? Still probably better to have this for the Catalyzer or the Stally, right? So I think we always just go like this.
You have nothing to gain.
Shyvana levels up. We clear the opponent's whole board. Opponent gets the draw. That's fine. They're gonna take the 7. We got the double Fury procs. If we can sneak in that Scourge, Sompre instead, we could be cool, right?
Now I take to the sky.
We have the Shyvana strike every turn now, if the Shyvana doesn't die. We have Sunburst. So we have the Shyvana, we have the Sunburst. Unless the opponent has Ruination, I think I'm okay. And even if they have Ruination, I think I have enough to build my board back up. That I'm not too concerned. Sucks that we didn't get the second ASO, but I think we have enough to always kill their champions. And deal with the Catalyzer. I definitely don't want to play this, though, until the opponent taps out of Ruination mana. Let's get rid of her. I don't want the opponent to get another free darkness. So let's just go ahead and do this. And I guess we'll go... That's the problem. The problem is that this is going to die if we go for the sync. Okay, so this is going to be 7. I don't want the opponent to get another darkness. So I guess we just let go of this one. Opponent has to commit the darkness on the stack to stop the Furies from triggering. We get the Sunburst back into our hand for the next Vhagar or the next Senna. Yeah, Pastry, Darkness. Doesn't do it. Okay, so you're just not killing this guy then. How are you killing this guy? You know I have this. You know I have this. You saw it in my hand. I mean, you brought it back to my hand, Cam. You literally brought it back to my hand. You knew I had it. You literally bounced it back. GG's. You just got really big units. Unfortunately, didn't get the Kadregrin, but at least got to play some ASO out. So GG's. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed today's games. As you can see, I mean, not a lot of like super crazy exciting games. I mean, obviously that game against Ekko was kind of crazy how back and forth he went. But for the most part, you kind of get to see what this deck wants to do. It's just getting these really big static units. The shorter games that you saw at the end are probably the best example of that, where you can just get Kadregrin and your dragons just become so big and you can potentially give them overwhelm that really opponents are not able to do much against us, as you saw against the Sun player, where we just drop down the overwhelm and then what? What can they do, right? What can they do? So yeah, I think I like Kadregrin. I think this buff is super significant because it makes your dragons just so hard to deal with if the opponent doesn't have really hard removal. And the only decks that can really do that are going to be Shadow Owls because of Vengeance, right? I guess Targon, some of them are playing like Celestial Impact. That is a little bit annoying. But aside from that, it's like you really have a hard time dealing with these dragons once they get to that 10-10, 11-11 stat line. And you level up Shyvana so easily once you get to that point and just get that free single combat, etc. So it's kind of crazy. I do think probably you want to go up to triple Jonling, right? I think Jonling, the times that I did draw him, he was so good at just stalling out the game, as you saw against the Samira players. He's so good against Samira, Tristana type of decks. I definitely wouldn't cut the Sunburst. He's so good against like Tristana type of stuff. And everything else is very hard to touch, right? I mean, I guess the Silent and Suppress for a third Youngling is probably better, just having one of these. But this card can also be really good in a lot of matchups. Like if you're going against Aatrox, if you're going against like anything else that has like equipment, it can be just so good. So let's go through each card though and kind of see the reason why we have them in the deck. So Silent and Suppress, like I said, into the Aatrox Bane, any other equipment matchup. Equipments are very popular, and even if you're not going against equipment, a 1-mana Silence a follower, it's not bad because there's a lot of good followers that you can use this to be able to actually beat them. Like I said, I kept, like you saw, I had it in the like you could use this against like Darkness, for example, like the player that we went against. You can do that in a Catalyzer. You can do that in... There's too many good scenarios with the card. The more I play this card, the more I like it. Youngling is so good that I think I have to go up to 3 of it. He's so good at stalling out any aggro decks because this deck plays a little bit slow, right? You have so many expensive cards that you want to have something like Youngling to kind of stabilize and be able to actually get to those late turns. Form Up, Pale Cascade, and Guiding Touch, right? They're kind of just all combat tricks. Obviously, they do different things. The former with a 2-2, Guiding Touch, the heal, which the heal is so good with these big static units because, again, it's kind of like giving yourself +2 health. And then Pale Cascade, that's also a draw and a +1/+1. They all do different things, but the idea is pretty simple. They're keeping our units alive, right? So they're keeping our units alive so that they can actually stay on the field until we can get the big 4/4 buff from Kadregrin that makes them pretty much unkillable. Herald the Dragon, the whole point of this deck is to try to cheat out your big dragons earlier. So if you have a Herald, just even one Herald the Dragon means that you can get Eclipse Dragon on turn 6. And once you have Eclipse Dragon on turn 6, you'll be able to play the Kadregrin on turn 7, right? Because the Kadregrin at that point will already cost 7 just from the Eclipse. It will actually cost 6 because you're going to have the Herald the Dragon as well. So it's the way to try to cheat this out. So if you have a Herald the Dragon, the best curve you can have is like Herald and then play Eclipse on 6 and then Kadregrin on 8 and kind of go from there. It's absolutely freaking nuts. I think I actually prefer playing Kadregrin on 8 or 7, sorry, over Aesol if you have that combo, because it's just so good at making all your dragons, including Shyvana, be so hard for the opponent to deal with. So Herald the Dragon is super, super important. Triple Dragon's Clutch, because my dragons are getting really, really big, you want to have this to be able to give them Overwhelm, give them more stats, and just push lethal damage, or to actually be able to draw. So this card is so good because you get the option. Either you're drawing 2 dragons or you're able to give them Overwhelm. Most of the times with this, you're very likely to draw at least one of these 3 combo pieces that then allows you to be able to really stage your game. The Roaring Dragon is so good because it's a 3/4, really good stat line, and then it makes all your other dragons a lot more efficient, even if the opponent is like trying to chump block them. So it's just amazing. Shyvana, not much that can be said about her. She can level up in the deck now, so you don't need to actually keep her in your hand if you don't want to, honestly. But once she levels up, it's going to be such good value when you get the free 2-mana, well, a free 2-mana Strapping Strike that also heals your dragon. Screeching Dragon, just a challenger to be able to get rid of some of the opponent's units, and really valuable with the +4/+4. Sunburst kills so many key units. It's really our main way to remove units in this deck, together with Single Combat, which I did skip Single Combat. So Single Combat is just so good with dragons because of the Fury procs and being able to actually let us level up Shyvana as well. And then we have our late game, right? So again, Eclipse Dragon, the whole idea and the reason we're playing 3 of them is because you want to play him so that you can cheat out your big combo pieces. So obviously you want to have an Eclipse Dragon and then follow up the next turn with a Kadregrin or an Aurelion Soul, depending on the state of the game. Either one of these are so good at finishing games. I do think Kadregrin, the +4/+4, is super, super, super underrated. How much it can do for the game state with your other dragons on the field. And then Aurelion Soul does Aurelion Soul things, especially with how easily he can level up. Once you have already committed the Kadregrin, it's going to come down as a 14/14 already. So all you need to have is literally have any other dragon in your field, and you just easily level him up. So that is the deck. In terms of mulligan, I am looking for, again, Herald the Dragons, and I'm looking for Cosmic Journaling. If I already have those 2, then I'm looking for my Dragon's Clutch, I'm looking for Shyvana, I'm looking for Roaring Dragon Guard, and I want to kind of get my late game stuff later on, right? I want to kind of draw into it with the Dragon's Clutch if possible. I don't want to be stuck with too many of these in my hand, because that has happened to me. That's the one thing this deck can happen, that sometimes you get some really clunky hands. So start out with like your Herald the Dragons and your Cosmic so that you can stabilize and cheat out dragons early. And then you kind of build up there to your late game dragons. That's kind of the way that I would play this deck if I was playing it. Another edit that you can do, we do have a lot of spells, right? We do have a lot of spells. So if you actually want to play more dragons to really take more value from the fact that we're playing Kadregrin, there's a couple of dragons, I guess, that we could potentially play here. Like, I don't like a lot of these dragons, right? I don't like a lot of these dragons, but like the bots is not bad once we know that we have a Kadregrin to make this a 9/10, right? It means that you're going to be getting random dragon followers in your hand. I'm partially a big fan of the Fused Fireblend. Having the Spell Shield can be really good. Aside from that, though, like I really don't like the cheap dragons. But maybe the Seraphic Wyvern is probably the other cheap good one if you wanted to go that way. So if you wanted to like get rid of some of these combat tricks, like if you thought that you have too many spells and you wanted to cut on like some Pale Cascades and some Guiding Touch, then that's I will play like, again, bots. Kadregrin, I guess Kadregrin is also okay. I don't hate the challenger with the Kadregrin, right? It kind of gives us another Screeching Dragon. So bots, Kadregrin, Fuse Firebrand. Those would be like my other choices, with Wyvern being like the fourth choice. Kadregrin, the more that I look at it, Kadregrin the Ruin is not bad, to be honest. I mean, you can get challenged to like a Shyvana, for example. That's not bad. That's not bad. But anyways, you get my point. What else can I say? I mean, it's just a slow make big units deck and just win the game from there. So just kind of follow what we did in this video and you get to your win condition. Hope you enjoyed this games. If you did, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund. We stream every now and then, and you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.